We're gonna bypass mom for now. So when I think of dad, he's the epitome of a role model. When you think of a role model, like being admirable, a teacher, a coach, you know, he just honestly, nothing in my life that I've done isn't a reflection of my dad. From the standpoint of decisions, being organized, being money savvy, you know, it can be called frugal Frida, but you know, you guys can laugh, but up until Dad's, you know, last week or so, his big joke was, how much is that gonna cost us? You know, and even to the, you know, the latest days, you know, and the thing about Dad, you know, he was, and he is always a gentleman. He, even during his illness, we had a lot of tough days, and he realized it sometimes, you know. He'd do something wrong, and he'd apologize, even though he didn't really understand what happened, or he'd say something and it would come out a totally different word because his brain couldn't process the correct words anymore. And you know, his first thing, he'd look at us and he'd say, I'm sorry, I just can't think of it. And the thing about Pop is, you know, he always just made an impression, and no matter what he did, and I think that's something that I'll never forget. I'll never forget. He's a family guy, you know, his love for people, and there's not anybody, no matter where you go. I mean, I ran into Randy Perry, and he's like, husband Lanzalotta, you know, and everybody that, you know, knows, you know, Dad, it's always a positive thing. And so, you know, something that is, there's not many people in this world that can live a legacy that 93 years, and he's made an impression on so many people, and how he's cared for Mom in their, you know, their life for 67 years. That's a long time to be married to somebody, 67 years. And, you know, there's a lot of give and take in a marriage, and, you know, they always found a way, you know? And he was a great influencer, and, you know, I just thank God that he's my dad.
Yeah.